Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Ida, and so today I'm really excited about this video because my passion is to talk about low porosity and protein sensitive hair. That's my hair characteristics, and I know that it can be really challenging, especially if you have both low porosity and protein sensitive hair. In this video, I'm going to just discuss having both those hair characteristics in one. But anyways, let's just get into this video, and I want to share you guys my experience with some of the solutions that has helped me having both low porosity and protein sensitive hair. With having protein sensitive hair, for sure, like the best solution is to just avoid any hair products that have protein in it. That is really challenging because, as we know, most products actually have protein in it, and if they don't have protein in it, they have some sort of ingredient that acts like a protein, so like somehow it strengthens the hair or it kind of just builds up on top of your hair. Definitely, like, I go through each ingredient list before I buy any products just to kind of make sure I don't have a product that has protein in it. And if I'm not familiar with what the ingredient says, I'll just Google it. I mean, everyone has different levels of how sensitive they are to protein. So some people can get away with some proteins like silk amino acids, or just there's certain proteins out there that, you know, are small enough, like hydrolyzed wheat protein, that won't really affect your hair too bad if you use it once in a while or in a small amounts. For me, like, I'm really sensitive. Like, I can kind of get away with using it a little bit, but I would rather try to avoid it as much as possible. And I think the best bet is to get products that are protein free. And then if you feel that, you know, in the future your hair can use a little bit of protein to strengthen it a bit, like, if you then go ahead and do like a protein treatment. I think that's easier because then you can kind of control better how you're gonna put the protein and when you're gonna put the protein into your hair. With having low porosity hair, like, the biggest challenge is to get moisture into your hair. So when you're having both low porosity hair and protein sensitive hair, you're basically just the main focus is to get moisture in your hair because you don't need the protein at all. But it's challenging because low porosity hair, it's difficult to actually absorb the moisture. So not only are you really requiring moisture because your hair does not need protein, you have low porosity hair, and it's making it that much more difficult for you to absorb the moisture. With that being said, the best way to absorb moisture into your low porosity hair is to basically, like, again, stay away from the protein products because you're protein sensitive. But also, when it comes to conditioners, look for products that do not have any silicones in there at all. Even especially the insoluble silicone, they're just gonna sit on top of your hair, further preventing any moisture from absorbing into your hair strands, and you definitely do not want to make it that much more harder for yourself to absorb any of the moisture. So that's the number one thing I do, is I make sure that there's no silicones at all in my products. Second of all, you know, is it lightweight? You want something that's going to penetrate inside of your hair strands. You don't want anything heavy, so definitely stay away from like the heavy butters and the heavy oils. And just in general, your hair might not even like any oils, so you have to play around with it. Definitely want to stay away from coconut oil because coconut oil does act like a protein. It does strengthen your hair, and if you are protein sensitive, you don't need your hair to be strengthened. So I think that's the whole meaning of being protein sensitive. You don't need anything to make your hair strong. It's already strong enough, and when you put protein on top of your hair that's already strong enough, you already have your natural proteins, it gets really hard and brittle and it's gonna break off. So that's why you're focusing more on getting the moisture in your hair. For low porosity hair, you want to avoid the silicones, you want to avoid heavy oils, heavy butters, anything that's going to sit on top of your hair. You want to focus on things that's going to penetrate and absorb into your hair strands because it's already so difficult for anything to absorb into it. So you have to focus on what's going to help me absorb this moisture into my hair. Use heat whenever you can. Try not to use like direct heat too much because you don't want to dry out your hair, but you can have like a plastic cap over your head and do like the baggy method and keep your conditioner on for a really long time to give it that time to absorb, or you can sit underneath the hair dryer with the plastic cap as well and do like deep conditioning treatments. When I first started doing deep conditioning treatments, I felt like it didn't really work that well for my hair. Like, I feel like people that have high porosity hair, they can see the impact right away when it comes to deep conditioning treatments because like they really need it because they have to mend their broken hair cuticles. But for me, I noticed that after I washed it out, I didn't really feel that much of a difference, if any. But what I've noticed though, over time, I've noticed that it does help retain the moisture a lot better, because I actually stopped deep conditioning my hair for a really long time because I felt like it was pointless and useless. But then I noticed that my hair wasn't as moisturized as it was before when I kept up with a consistent basis of deep conditioning. So now I'm going back to deep conditioning my hair every 2 weeks. Because I want to start seeing that benefit again. Definitely focus on moisture, moisture, moisture. That to me is like the biggest thing. I definitely don't even think of protein treatments at all, unless I do feel that my hair needs to be strengthened, but rarely ever do I ever feel that point. Also, I would say like try to avoid anything that's going to take moisture out of your hair. So for instance, when it comes to cleansers are really important when it comes to low porosity hair. Like I notice people don't really talk about it too much, and they just say like you have to use shampoos because you get product buildup easily, and like that is true. But you want to be very careful on what you're using to cleanse your hair, because cleansers really strip out your hair if you're using a shampoo, and it takes such a long time to absorb moisture into your hair. So after you actually strip it, it takes a really long time to get that moisture back into your hair, and by the time you finally do, you're stripping it again with a harsh cleanser. What I've realized in my hair journey is when I'm using a protective style and I don't have any gel in my hair, I'm just using like leave-in conditioners and maybe a little bit of oil, I can get away with using a cleansing conditioner once a week. And I love doing that because it cleanses my hair still, and I'm actually retaining the moisture because I'm not stripping my hair from the shampoo. So I definitely notice like a big impact with my hair, and it's able to retain a lot of moisture. So the thing is, when I'm actually doing a wash and go and I'm using gel on my hair, then that's when I have to kind of go into an actual shampoo cleanser to remove that product buildup, because I try to go as long as I can without using a shampoo, because I know shampoos are going to strip my hair. But then again, we do need to use a shampoo if we're going to be using products on our hair that is going to cause a buildup, because we have to remove the buildup so that we can, you know, absorb water and conditioners in our hair. For me, when I'm doing wash and goes, and I always have a leave-in conditioner and a gel, I'll alternate with my cleansers. I'll use a cleansing conditioner 1 week, and then the other week I'll use a shampoo. And with the shampoo, I dilute that a lot with water, and I only focus on my roots, and then I let the water rinse out the suds to get the rest of my hair. And I don't leave in the shampoo for long at all, because I don't want it to dry my hair out. For the cleansing conditioners, I can actually put it from root to tip to make sure that everything is cleared off my hair. So that's the thing. So you definitely don't want to, you have to like really make sure you're using a cleanser that's cleansing your hair and removing the product buildup, but not stripping your hair too much in it. Anything to kind of avoid taking the moisture out of your hair, definitely try doing that, like sleeping with a satin scarf on your head or having a pillowcase. But for me, I think sleeping with a satin scarf definitely has more benefits, because I feel like it kind of keeps the moisture into your hair a lot longer than to just sleep on a satin scarf. Than to just sleep on a satin pillowcase, but definitely either one is still better than sleeping on a cotton pillowcase. Also, I do think it's important to also focus on the inside as well as the outside external products used. Like for me, I try to stay hydrated internally, because I do feel that it does help with like your hair, your nails, your skin. I do feel like they're all related. So I drink lots of water, I eat lots of fruits, I eat lots of whole food, plant-based foods. Definitely feel like that has a really good positive impact on the way your hair grows, the way it looks, the way it feels. Also exercising as well. Exercising definitely helps with the circulation, with moving the nutrients around your body. And then of course you can do stuff like protecting your hair from like the sun or harsh winter cold conditions, like anything that's going to avoid stripping your hair or depleting it from its moisture levels. When your hair is coarse, like my texture is really coarse, it always has that stiff feeling or like that look of it being dry. And so it can be really challenging because you have coarse hair, so you want your hair to like look and feel soft, because it naturally doesn't. But then you have low porosity hair preventing the moisture from getting in. And then you have protein sensitive hair, and it's like so hard to find those products to begin with because everybody seems like needs protein in their hair. It is a really challenging hair characteristic to have, but I do feel like it is possible to, you know, figure it out and get the desired results you're looking for. It's just a matter of research and practicing, and also just kind of accepting your hair characteristics and making the most out of it, really. Okay, so you guys, I really hope that this helped anyone out that has low porosity and protein sensitive hair. And if you guys have anything that you guys want me to talk about when it comes to like low porosity hair, protein sensitive hair, anything like that, please feel free to like leave that in the comments below. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.